Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. Sticker shock as property assessments are arriving in the mail, and expect a property tax increase for 2022. The school year restarts on a staggered schedule, and one local trustee is not happy about it. As well, looking ahead to a soccer and a baseball season. Our special guests this week include Chilliwack School Trustee Heather Maahs, and back with a more detailed look on the price increases for 2021 and where they're headed for 2022, Matt Paisley with the Welcome Matt, your Chilliwack real estate update. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Our top story. Sticker shock as homeowners receiving their property assessments. The 2022 assessment notices reflect the market value as of July the 1st of this past year. Now, the largest increases were seen in Hope, where condos and townhouses went up by 45% to about $620,000. In Chilliwack, single-family houses went up 40%, $877,000. In Abbotsford, condos and townhouses increased by 21% to $412,000. Single-family houses went up 38% to $1.1 million. Now, during the first council meeting of the new year, the first and second readings for the upcoming Chilliwack financial plan and the budget were passed, with a public hearing set for January 18th. So, for Chilliwack, a property tax increase of 2.99% is expected to pass. The school year has rebooted with a staggered start. Staff, essential workers, special needs kids, they all went back to class on Tuesday, while the majority of kindergarten to grade 12s will be back next Monday. Now, in that vein, Chilliwack School Trustee Heather Maahs, in an opinion piece to the Chilliwack Progress, was critical about this one-week delay and pointing fingers at the teachers' union. And we quote, "The government, Minister of Education Jennifer Whiteside, appears to be bowing to the BCTF, the BC Teachers Federation, giving them whatever they ask for. They wanted masks for all children in schools. The minister obliged. There has never been any data to substantiate the measure whatsoever. There's still no justification for having children wearing masks. The masks are, in fact, more unhealthy to wear than not. Children cannot wear them according to the current health standards, so they are pointless, except for perhaps giving a false sense of security. Masks on children also present a hindrance to learning." Now, the Progress editor, Paul Henderson, stated, "Trustee Maahs' claim about masks is based on inaccurate information from the start of the pandemic in 2020. The BC Centre for Disease Control says that masks are a layer of protection that helps stop the spread of COVID-19 and that all people aged 5 and older are required to wear a mask in indoor public spaces regardless of their vaccination status." Well, ChillTV has reached out to Heather Maahs. We will have an interview with the school trustee a little later on in the show. Last week, Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry announced that only one designated essential service visitor would be allowed per resident in long-term care facilities. This in an effort to slow down the spread of the Omicron variant in COVID-19 in those settings. The restrictions will remain until January the 18th. From that, the Vancouver Sun then stated the new restrictions are simply gut-wrenching for families. On a lighter note, it was a little chilly at Vetter Road off the Rotary Trail, but Eddie Gardner organized yet another New Year's Day ceremony. It was the Salmon, Water, and Cedar ceremony, featuring a smudge as well as an offering and giving to the salmon. And it will be done again next year, hopefully not as cold as it was this year. Throughout the holidays, the Christmas Village, the Mini Donuts, and the Ferris wheel lit up District 1881 in that area of downtown Chilliwack, and it's now all coming down. The BIA, West Coast Amusements, and Gary Moran with Fantasy Farms are hoping that this will be repeated next December, but it will be at a different location as the current site, where the Paramount Theater used to be, should be getting the construction go-ahead within the next few weeks for the new Paramount Seniors Complex. The Chilliwack Home, Garden, and Outdoor Living Expo is still a go for the end of January, the 28th, 29th, and the 30th at Heritage Park. By then, it is hoped that social gatherings for an event like this will be eased. Now, the Abbotsford show remains on tap for TradeX in February. When we return, first up, our interview with Heather Maahs, and then the first Welcome Matt of 2022. You'll want to hear Matt's breakdown of prices and how your property taxes are affected. ChillTV's News of the Week in conversation with Chilliwack School Board Trustee Heather Maahs, who wrote an opinion piece to the Chilliwack Progress newspaper. Heather, you were rather critical about the delay of the school reopening. Can you tell us more about why you were upset? Is that the right word of saying it, or disappointed? Correct me on how you were feeling about this 1 week delay into the start of the school year, going back into 2022 now.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Second of all, I think you're right on both counts. I was upset to see a week delay. I was disappointed for the children, for the families of the children. The kids need to be back in school. They've lost so much time. We also know that there's a lot of children who school is a really bright spot for them, and to deny them this is it's really, I don't understand. I actually don't understand the justification for it, because it doesn't make any sense right now. I don't know how delaying a week would benefit anybody.
Now, is this on the education standpoint, on a social interaction standpoint, or the whole gamut?
Well, I think it's the whole gamut. I think, academically, we know kids are losing. And also, from a socializing point of view, I think that's everybody's excited to get back from Christmas and maybe show off their new clothes or get back together with their friends again that they haven't seen and play outside in the snow together. I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think that it's, I really honestly do not understand the justification for delaying a week.
Have you had a number of parents say that to you, either through social media or personal interaction?
It's been really interesting. I have heard from more parents since the letter went out on the Progress's site than I think I've heard on any issue at all, ever, in my going on 14 years on the school board. I have had so many emails from so many parents thanking me for speaking up. And, the other thing that they're upset about is the masks on all the children too. So parents are not happy about this. And I think there's far more parents out there who are upset about the week delay, upset about the masks in school. They want their kids to go to school and have a normal education day, not, the constant reminder of fear by everybody being masked all the time.
Paul Henderson, the editor for the Progress, stated at the end of your piece, and I'm reading directly, Trustees Maahs' claim about masks being based on inaccurate information from the start of the pandemic of 2020. BC Centre for Disease Control says the masks are a layer of protection that helps spread COVID-19, and that all people aged 5 and older are required to mask in indoor public spaces regardless of their vaccination status. Did you want to reply to Mr. Henderson's post after your op-ed piece there?
Well, I think, really that's a little bit of, he's kind of mincing words there a little bit. When the Minister of Education, or Bonnie Henry, I don't remember who it was, said that all the students in high school needed to be wearing masks, the BCTF immediately started pushing for all the students in the schools to be wearing masks, all of them. And so eventually there was compliance, and the teachers union got their way, and all the children are now masked in schools. And you know what? I know of a person whose son wore his mask on his shoe and thought it was funny, and then he picked it up and put it back on his face. So that's really great for protection. And another student who special needs, sit and chew on their masks all day. How is that healthy for them? And if you think about you know, the proper procedure for wearing a mask. So you pick it up by the earpieces, you put it on, you don't touch your face, you fix it, and then you don't touch it, you wash your hands. And then if you want to take it off, you wash your hands, you take it by, well, I think all of us know that 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds don't comply by that. So, you know, really, I actually wonder. I think that the numbers of COVID in school was less when the children were not wearing masks than they are since they've been wearing masks. I don't have any hard data to you know, prove that with, but I suspect that is the case.
Have you had any interaction with parents' advisory councils and committees on this as well before you put the piece up to the progress, and then since it's been published?
No, no.
Okay.
I just hear from individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, other school board trustees, not only here in Chilliwack, but on either side of us, our neighbors in Abbotsford or Fraser Cascade, have they said any support to you? Anybody in particular?
Well, I've heard from actually the bulk of the people that I've heard from our parents and also teachers, but they're from other school districts around BC as well. So I don't know. I guess the article must have gone on to some Google education thing or something, but I've heard from all over the province actually.
You have the final say. Is there any other point that you wanted to make on this?
Well, you know, I guess the bottom line for me in all of this is let's do what's best for kids. Let's do what's in the best interests of children, not some political game where, you know, people are using the children for their own purposes as a means to an end. And I mean, the kids need to be in school. They need to be learning, and that needs to be as normalized as it possibly can for their own good.
Chilliwack School Board Trustee Heather Maahs, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot for having me, Don.
You're welcome, and you're watching ChillTV's News of the Week.
This is the Welcome Mat, your Chilliwack real estate update. Happy New Year! I hope you all had a great holidays. Stay tuned to the end of this segment to find out how to win a $50 gift card to Frankie's Italian Kitchen. Well, what a crazy year. 2021 is now in the books, and nobody expected the shock to the local real estate market that came with it. 1 year ago today, the average price of a single-family home in Chilliwack was $733,000, compared to the last month's average price of $1,047,500. That's a 43% increase in just 1 year. And the craziness doesn't stop there. Townhome prices are up 40% to $661,000. Apartments are up 53% to $401,000. And even mobile homes are getting in on the insanity, up 15% to an average price of $254,000. At the beginning of 2021, most economists were calling for an increase of home prices between 5 and 8%. Those same experts this year are calling for similar increases ranging between 4 and 6%. Now, no one knows for sure if the craziness will continue like it did in 2021, but what I can say without any hesitation is that there is an insatiable demand for housing locally. There are many new home buyers looking to etch out a place in the market for themselves while competing with people upsizing from their city residences, as well as speculative home buyers. So the moral of the story is this: if you're on the fence and not sure if now is the right time to buy, the market might just pass you by. Now, if you're like me, you recently received your annual property tax assessment and thought, "Woo! I just got rich!" But then quickly thought, uh-oh, what does this mean for my property taxes? Well, you can breathe a sigh of relief. That big, fantastic number at the bottom of the assessment is called the actual value number. It's determined by an assessor and is based on what they believe the value of your home to be on July 1st of the taxation year. Remember, just because an assessor says it's worth X, the true value could be very different, as supply and demand will better dictate the value. But does that mean your taxes are going to go up by as much as your property increased? The answer is no. The city budget determines your property taxes, and your rate will likely only increase by approximately the rate of the increase of that budget. Now, if your property increased by more than everyone else around it, it might go up a bit more, but not that much, and certainly not by 40%. Well, that's all for today, folks, and don't forget, if you or someone you know is looking for any real estate help in the future, please do not hesitate to call. I am never too busy for your referrals. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Oh, wait. Email me at the welcome mat with the answer to this question. What was the average price of a single-family home in Chilliwack in December of 2021? We'll draw one lucky winner from the correct responses, and that winner will receive the Frankie's gift card. We'll announce the winner next time on The Welcome Mat.
ChillTV Sports, the Chilliwack Ford Chilliwack FC Spring Soccer League registration is now open. Young players are expected to have their own cleats and face masks, but the team will supply the shirts, the shorts, and the socks. Now, registration starts at $145 for 4-year-olds. That goes up to $210 for the under 11s to under 18s. All the information is on the Chilliwack FC social media. Registration is also now open for Chilliwack Cougars minor baseball. That season's start date is set for April the 9th with the in-house programs. You can register at chilliwackminorbaseball.com. And the Chilliwack Chiefs acquiring veteran defenseman Anthony Alapo from the Penticton V's in exchange for that always elusive future considerations. The 20-year-old played 4 seasons with Val d'Or in the Quebec League before he came to the BC Hockey League for the start of this year. And in 27 games so far with the V's, he has 11 points. And he does bring a big presence to the blue line in that push towards the playoffs. ChillTV weather. After all the snow, the great meltdown starts Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud, and the highs shoot up to 7. And you're asked to clear as many of the catch basins, so the runoff at least has somewhere to go. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, as always, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.